probably heard, I took a liter of plasma from my son.
So you took his blood, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
plasma. So the origin of that is that my father called me and he said, I'm experiencing cognitive decline, which is scary. And he said, I will do anything to have my wits about me. And so we were looking at this new therapy. There was a paper showing that a young mouse and an old mouse had been sewn together. They shared a circulatory system, and the old mouse got younger. So there was this idea that if you take fluids from a young mouse and put it into an older mouse, that it would rejuvenate. So I did this with my dad. And when I did it with my dad, my son's like, hey, I'll do it as well. So we made it like a family thing. The cool thing is my dad, it dramatically improved his health. So it lowered his speed of aging by 25 years equivalent for 6 months. It had no effect in me though, because my health is pretty similar to my son, whereas my dad is not as good as health. And so it's very experimental therapy. It's going on in a bunch of trials right now, but that's one experimental thing I did where it didn't work, but it did work for my dad.
So your son,
Wow.
for you, it didn't work.
Exactly.
So
Interesting.
do you continue that with your dad too?
We haven't. I've told my dad I'm willing to, like, if he wants it. People think it's weird, but like there's millions of blood transfers every day. It's a very common thing. People give people actual organs, so it's a very common practice. That
I mean, this stuff's just so new too, right?
Yeah.
That it's like, it sounds crazy, right?
Well, the one thing I think about is how, like, you're investing everything into this. So how cautiously do you move now from like being afraid of an accidental death?
Yeah, like, do you go in the car?
I do. That's the scariest thing I do.
Do you get scared going in the car?
Yeah, I know the risk profile. Yes,
It's fucking high, right?
And now, I'm more scared by others though, because I know everyone's on their fucking phones.
Is that the biggest accidental death fear? Is
Yeah.
being in the car?
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
Planes?
I feel safe in plane. I'm a pilot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so flying is so safe.
What conversation led you to get to this deep into everything that you're doing now? Like, was there a conversation when you first started, like with someone, or like what was that switch? Because there's always a switch.
Yeah, I did a thought experiment. I imagined being present in the year 2500, so a few hundred years from now, and I imagined being there listening to them, and they're looking back in time at us in the early 21st century, and they're saying, amazing that they did blank. And I thought, what would they say? Like, what would those guys say about our time and place? And I thought they would say, like, that's when humans gave birth to superintelligence, and that's when they figured out they weren't going to die. Obvious. In the same way, we look back at, the 90s, and we're like, yeah, the internet was born, and the internet breeds e-commerce, and e-commerce builds. We see these things as obvious of like this natural build process. So what's obvious to them that wouldn't be obvious to us today? So that was like, yeah, that sounds like it's right. Like we're the first immortal generation.